Hello there, my name is Matt, and bear with me because I have two more speedrun requests to get through, which are actually revisits of companies that I did speedruns for over a year ago during the original series. The first of two remaining requests is for Photronics. Nigel here wanted me to delve back into this company. When I looked at it the first time, I found out that it was a profitable company that manufactured components called photomasks, which are used in semiconductors. Now, both of those things sound promising, right? In a vacuum, sure, maybe, but I ended up giving it a sell due to an extremely unimpressive chart and price history in which it's pretty much gone nowhere in the last 5 years. So let's go ahead and dive in and take a look and see if I was right, and regardless, see what I think about it going forward. Let's go ahead and type PLAB into our super secret little box here, and see what it sends. Let's see what we got. Now, I believe that it was about $12 when I looked at it. And you know what's weird? When I looked at it the last time, it was also on a day where there was a mysterious, unexplainable, massive volume spike somewhere in the day, and I couldn't figure out why. And I'm probably not going to be able to figure out why here either. That's kind of ridiculous. All right, anyway, so like I said, it was about $12 when I looked at it last year. It is 15 and a half right about now. Kind of the range I expected it to be. Again, the reason why I gave it a sell last time is because I found the chart to be rather unimpressive. This chart is also, well, this chart is better. Okay, it's done better over the last year than honestly I expected it to. It got to, oh, wow, actually, no, it's lower than it was. It got past 20 at some points, which is better than it's done for 5 years. Again, I looked at it around here last year, maybe, when it was around $12, $13-ish. And before then, it was, again, I thought the chart was extremely unimpressive, so that's why I gave it a sell. Chart over the last year is a lot more impressive. It has not hit over $20, I think, in its history before that. Okay, no, not its history. But, you know, we're talking, well, still, even here it was in late 90s, mid 2000s-ish. It's really only back to about where it is now. Or at least where it was earlier this year, because now it's taken a tumble and dropped back down to 15, 14 and a half, $15 and a half. So enough of that commentary. Let's go ahead and see what we can see here. Again, something I noted when I did it the first time is that it's a profitable company. They have year-over-year revenue increases, very nice. They have a little bit of struggle maintaining consistent earnings, though. Again, 2018 and then down to 2019, but 2019 to 2020 to 2021 is a good uptrend. So that's something at least. Actually, this quarterly chart looks much cleaner. This is pretty nice here. This is pretty nice, I'm not gonna lie. And they still do the same business, right? Dealing with the photomasks? Yes. You know what I want to see? I want to see if there's an article here about the CHIPS Act, because I wonder if that helped out this company. These two small cap semiconductor stocks is better buy. I'm sure it's in here somewhere. Let's see who they're comparing. What's this called again? Photronics? Let's see who they're comparing Photronics against and if they think it's the better buy. Oh, I gotta go to the Fool's Own site. Stupid. So Excelis facilitates chip makers with ion implantation. So there's their first one, and then Photronics is their second one. And where is the better buy right now? So Photronics has the lower market cap, lower PE ratio, lower what's PS? Price to sales. Yeah, price to earnings versus price to sales. Is a clear winner in terms of price to earnings and price to sales ratios. Excelis is less exposed to weaker segments of the chip industry like smartphones and PCs. I would like to see an explanation as to why they think that is. I doubt I'm going to get it, which have recently seen a drop in demand, although demand for chips in industrial and automotive appliances have remained strong. Photronics is more susceptible to industry headwinds in the near term. Interesting. I kind of wish they would explain why they think this. Manufacturer creates tiny quartz plates found in semiconductors. Majority of sales take place in Asia, but the company significantly helped the development of photomask industry from its inception. Supply chain constraints intensified by recent lockdowns in China have caused a... I thought the lockdowns were a while ago. When was this article? End of September? Maybe they're still going on. Alright, I don't know. And the company just lowered its annual guidance as a result, citing a growing backlog of orders and longer lead times. Recent slowdown. Also considered to be lower guidance figure. I kind of wonder if that's what caused this drop here from the 22nd to the 29th. Something bad happened, and I want to know what that was. That was August, right? That was August. So, about a month ago, stock plummets after chip gear maker guides low. Weak guidance. Never good. But, you know, you don't want to exactly lie to your investors either, so what are you going to do, really? Tuesday beat Wall Street's targets for... What? Get this shit out of here. Guidance for... Current quarter came up short. Company earned 51 cents per share. Expected Photronics earnings at 50 cents per share. I mean, that's still... They still beat your estimates. Well, yeah, they beat the estimates, but then they probably said that we're strong market demand, favorable price dynamics. We are expanding capacity. I'm not seeing much in here about headwinds or bad guidance. I see they beat the estimates. Forecast for the current quarter that's based on midpoint outlook. Wall Street had predicted earnings of 53. That's 48 versus 53. That's still not... I don't think would warrant such a huge drop. But then again, you know, markets aren't always rational. So what are you going to do? Again, it's in the same place that I felt like it was last year. It looks like a solid company on the face of it. Surpasses estimates. I'm probably going to look for another article that says surpasses estimates. Alright, I don't know. Yeah, there we go. Surpasses estimates. But then they give not even poor guidance, just like maybe kind of not as good guidance, but still half decent. Again, this well, yeah. So financially speaking, and pretty much everything about the company, it's in the exact same place that I thought it was last year. It looks like a good company on the face of it. But the chart belies that. Yes, it has gotten to higher highs recently, and that's a nice thing to see. But all it needed was an estimates to come 5 cents under what was expected. Guidance 5 cents under what was expected. And yeah, you could say it's 5 cents, but it's 10%. But still, is a 10% miss in estimates a reason to shave off what looks like 25% of the share price? I'm not too sure I agree with that. But it doesn't matter what I agree with. It depends on where the price moves. And I am not liking... Again, it's better than last year, but still mostly unimpressive and belies what otherwise seems like a fairly solid company. So I think that's the general summary that I want to get across. Let's see what other information I can find out about. You are smarter than me, and you are in at 15.8. So you're implying you're stupid, and you want us to know that you got in 15.8. Does that mean we shouldn't get in at 15.8? Does that mean we shouldn't buy this? What am I supposed to take from this message? Let's see. Wisest thing that should be on everyone's current mind should be to invest in different streams of income that doesn't depend on the government, especially with the current economic crisis around the world. Thank you for that insight, I guess. I don't know what that has to do with this company. Let me sort by newest. Makes a lot of bet on growth in mainland China, which, as we know, may not be good for them. Not the stock can be stuck like it has in the past 10 years. See, this guy acknowledges that the price has been basically stuck where it is for a long time now. I've already delivered price in China. Amazing dip we experienced. You know, calls. How did that work out for you, bud? Close my position at 150. So sad. People who listen to clowns. Stock was screaming reversal. Wait. What an amazing dip we experienced. My friends loaded so fat on $15 calls when they were 78 cents. This has been amazing. Love you all except brain... Wow. You know, I always love... One of the most entertaining things in the Yahoo Finance conversation section is that there's a lot of drama. People insulting people back and forth, calling each other's names, saying you were wrong or no, you were wrong. Very entertaining. Said nothing about Korean power outage. I don't know what that has to do with this. Not consider this material. I don't really understand why it would, unless they have significant operations in Korea, which I did not see anything about. So, you know, one thing that I wanted to do last time is I wanted to learn what photomasks actually were. Photomask. Please don't scroll past this. Oh, watch what I'm gonna do. Sorry, Wikipedia. I love you. You know I love you. Is an opaque plate with holes or transparencies that allow light to shine through in a defined pattern. They are commonly used in photolithography. Oh, wait. Leading commercial photomask manufacturers. Are they in here? Oh, yes, they are. Actually, let's go take a look at their Wikipedia page. Danbury, Connecticut is Photronics Labs. Company has manufacturing facilities in USA, Taiwan, Europe, mainland China, and one in Korea. So yeah, they do have at least one operation in Korea. But again, one in Korea. These numbers here are how many they have. So there's three in the United States, 3 in Taiwan, 2 in Europe, 2 in China, and 1 in Korea. So mathematically speaking, the 1 in Korea is 3, 2. Is 1/11th. I did that math right. 1/11th of their business. So if something happens to that, it's not a huge hit. You know, it's not great either. In fact, you know what? Okay, conspiracy time. Well, not conspiracy, but theorizing time. So, where was that article about Korea? Where was the guy talking about Korea? Korea. There. Said nothing about Korean power outage in the earnings release, because it did not consider this material. However, after seeing post-earnings drop, they could still decide that it was safer to file this info with the SEC. Premature after the Korean filing. So, viewed by Korean news, one of the company factories lost power and went offline for 2 weeks from August 15th. Power outage is unfortunate. Okay, theorizing time. So, here's where the fun begins. So again, Korea is approximately, just based on these numbers, 1/11th of their business. Now, that is approximately 10%. I know for 10% it will be 1 in 10, but for 1 in 11, 10% is close enough. By how much did they decrease their guidance for the current quarter? 10%. I kind of wonder if that guidance, if that lower guidance for the current quarter was explicitly due to problems with their Korea plant that they are expecting, because it seems like they're banking that their business is going to be 10%, or rather, 10% less efficient than they expected. And what can account for that inefficiency? Losing 1 of 11 in their plants. Now it does say here that the plant only went offline. I want to learn more about the Korea plant. Photronics. Photronics. Korean plant. Korean operations? Korean factory? Samsung supplier, frequently asked questions. Where are the manufacturing locations? That would be nice to know. So I mean, the train of thought that I was getting at before is that, yes, they lost power and went offline for only 2 weeks, but who knows? Maybe they think that 2 weeks is enough to basically write off the entire factory for the entire quarter, and that just might be them playing on the safe side. But in my theorizing brain, all of these numbers are coming together, I think. Where are the manufacturing locations? Blah 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 blah. Where's Korea? There's Korea. Produces flat panel display hollow masks. So there was shit. So in that, there was 2 entries. There was one where we produce X and one where we produce Y. And I wasn't paying attention to what X and Y were, but something that I did notice is that even though they produced X in all of their factories, they produced Y in only 3 of their factories, and Korea was one of the 3. Maybe that would account for why a 2-week outage, they believe, would have such an adverse effect on the potential outcome of the quarter. Because sure, they're only losing 1/11 of their operation for the manufacturing of X, but they're losing an entire 1/3 for that 2 weeks of their manufacturing capacity for components Y. And I wish I could go back and see what components X and Y were, but timer has rung. I have to make a decision here, and you know what? I'm not gonna go with sell. I don't think I'm gonna go with sell. Based on the price action of the last year, I'm feeling a little bit better. It's at least shown me that this company has the potential to move, which is something it has not shown in the 5 years prior. Definitely not when I was looking at it last year. So I'm a little bit more impressed by the recent price action over the last year, to where it has shown the potential that it can move if it wants to move. So you know what? I don't think I'm going to give it a sell this time. I think I'm going to give it a little bit more benefit for the half-decent company that it appears to be. And I'm going to get... not a buy. If you thought I was going to hit this buy button, you are sorely disappointed, because I still don't think it's a buy. Because the chart still worries me a little bit. Because, sure, it's shown it can go up, but it's also shown that it takes a lot for it to go up. It takes a lot for it to move really any amount. But it does have the potential. And also, I think the chances of it dropping are much, much lower, if not inconsequential, compared to the chances of it going higher. Even though the chances of it going higher are still not too great. So you know what? I'm willing to give it the benefit of the doubt, because it has proven that it can move, and it still seems like a solid company, even more so than last year. So I think I'm going to go and give it a hold. Unfortunately, there is no social media rating that I can compare it against. That is too bad. So I guess my opinion is all you got to go off of. I'm sorry. But yeah, so Photronics is a hold. And you know what? Now that I have officially made my decision, I am technically allowed to do whatever the hell I want. So I actually want to go back and take a look at this again. Because I feel like even if I can't really use this information for my decision, it's probably still important to share it. So, integrated circuit photomasks in the following locations. So that is the components that go into semiconductors. But then there's the flat panel display photomasks, which I kind of want to know what those are. And they are made at the following locations, and that's only these 3. And like I said before, Korea plant produces both of these, so even though they're only losing Let's see how... Oh, you know, actually, something I just noticed is that they also don't... So there's this one. So they have 2 China plants. So these 2 plants are the only ones that produce both components. This one only produces this component. It doesn't produce the integrated circuits. So it actually wasn't even really true to say that it's losing... You know what? I wonder if the math works out to where they might be losing even more than 10% of their manufacturing capacity by the Korea plant being offline. I still think that would account for why they had to lower their guidance. I think it's for the Korea plant. I am very strong in that conviction now, actually. Because for here, so they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 plants producing integrated circuit photomasks. So the Korea plant going offline, they lost 1/9 of their capacity to produce these, and then 3 plants that are producing the flat panel display photomasks. And when the Korea plant goes offline, they lost 1/3 of their capacity to produce to produce these components. I also want to know what these components are. What kind of photomasks are needed for flat panel display? I don't know what that. I want to know what those are. Panel sizes with smaller features. You maintain a commitment to specialized operating two locations in Korea. Wait, 2 locations? Maybe they're both at the same place and they're just counting 2 for some technicality reasons. I don't know. I also don't really know enough about flat panel displays to even make sense of what I'm reading here. Large size photo masks for that plant. I mean, they're for screens. You know, we all have computers. Screens are important. So you know, whatever. You know what? I think I'm done here. As always, if you want to do more research on this yourself, I always implore you to do that. Even if you feel like you've gotten everything you need here, still go look, because I am far from perfect. And again, this is only 15 minutes of research. There is probably a lot more out there to read. But again, just based on what I saw here, I think Hold's a half decent choice for this. And yeah, maybe I'll visit it again next year, and we'll see how it does. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.